welcome back to the studio, and thank you for joining me for another video with an unboxing of this is the October Cozy Christmas paper pumpkin kit. I picked this up today at today, Saturday. I picked it up, and so now I'm going to actually do like an unboxing. And then I'm also going to assemble one of each of the cards that are in here. So bear with me here for just a moment. I am just see if I can get this all leveled nice and straight. I ordered one of these little levelers, just a little like a 3-inch acrylic block with the levelers in it, and so I'm trying to see if I can get this all lined up nice and straight and even. And yeah, I think the real test is going to be when I go to take pictures, because lately when I've been taking pictures, it almost looks like it's at a slant when I take them. So when I go to edit them anyway. And so we're going to see if this works. So again, welcome. It's Saturday, October 18th. It's about, I want to say, almost, well, it is actually 6 o'clock here in Memphis. Looking out my window, it is starting to get even cloudier and a bit darker out there. So today we had, it was sunny. It was a little bit on the warmish side, and it had been a bit breezy. We had bouts of some high winds a little bit, and it's kind of off and on right now, but we're expected to get severe thunderstorms. I think the timing of it's going to be like around 7 o'clock or so. And so, yeah, I kind of got my blinds open and I'm kind of looking out, and it does look kind of dark out there. It's not rained yet, but yeah, they're talking about a lot of heavy rain and all that, and I think like close to an inch of rain where I live. So I'm going to try and get this all recorded and done before that all starts, so there's no sound effects, from the thunder and all that, in the video. So again, Paper Pumpkin, it's a monthly subscription kit from Stampin' Up. There's two different ways you can get this kit. You can do it by a monthly subscription where you are charged for it every month. There's also a prepaid option in which you can prepay like 3, 6, 9, or 12 months. And then you get like an activation code or something to where you activate it. Excuse me. This always happens when I go to do a live. Um, to where you can start getting the kits. Now, this kit, the subscription period for this one's already over. It was over on October 10th. So let me talk about what's coming up. So right now, the subscription period has opened up. This is wrap. I'm sorry, guys. Why is it every time I go to do this, then it's like my throat starts to get all scratchy and all that? I don't want to be constantly clearing my throat throughout the whole thing, so I apologize. I'm not sick. It's just this is what happens every single time when I go to record and I'm talking. So next month, for the month of November, this is the Wrapped and Cheer kit. Like I said, the subscription period, this opened up on October 11th, and then the last day to either subscribe, increase the quantity if it's something that you really like, or if you want to just like pause it or just cancel outright. Just remember, you always have to do it by the 10th of that month. So for this November kit, Wrapped in Cheer, craft festive goodie boxes, perfect for holding gift cards or small treats. It'll make eight. It makes 8 projects, 4 each, of 2 tag designs and 8 identical coordinating boxes, foldable box bases and pre-cut paper pieces, linen thread, and red dot embellishments. Now the coordinating colors in this kit is basic beige, cherry cobbler, mossy meadow, which is also the classic Stampin' Spot, and old olive. So to me, those are like the perfect red and green shades for doing Christmas stuff, in my opinion. I do like those darker colors. Um, it also states that there's delicate greenery pieces with double-sided printing at a sophisticated touch. So kind of like looking at the elements that are kind of like in this kit. But yeah, little tiny little gift boxes that you can either put gift cards in there or just something that's small or little treats. And again, this subscription period for this particular kit ends on November 10th. Then for December, whoops, too many pages. Then for the month of December, there is the Watercolor and Bloom kit. Now, the subscription period for this one is going to open up on November 11th and it'll go through December 10th. In this kit, show your love and appreciation with rich watercolor hues and elegant botanical flourishes. It'll make 9 cards, 3 each, of 3 designs with 9 coordinating envelopes. There's copper foil and copper sequins, pre-cut paper and vellum pieces, and then the coordinating colors in this kit, there's copper, garden green, night of navy, which is also the classic Stampin' Spot in this kit, pretty peacock, secret sea, and shaded spruce. It says personalize your card greetings with customizable sentiment stamps. So this is the one for December. Now, currently, what's still available in the online store under Paper Pumpkin, uh, Stampin' Up. This is their second year of doing this, where they have a coordinating add-on of dies that coordinate with each quarter's kits. Now, these dies, you do not need them to complete the projects in the kits. This is if you want to do some alternative projects. Maybe you don't want to, say if it was a kit that it did some kind of treat packaging or something, or maybe tags, maybe you don't want to make those, maybe you want to make cards. Well, you can use the elements to do that, plus you can use these dies to add some more elements on your cards. Now, you do need to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber in order to purchase these. These are called the Abundant Joy dies. I do have them right here in this little itty bitty package, and let me show you what they look like. It's a little bit deceiving when you look at it on a printed thing, because at first when I saw these, I thought that, oh, they're probably going to be really small, but that's not the case. They're actually a nice, decent size. So you have a tag, you got your stitched joy word, and then you got a flower, and you got some leaf elements in here. So pretty cool little set of dies. And again, you need to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber in order to get those. The item number for these is 167855. Here in the US, the cost is $12. Paper Pumpkin is currently only available to those in North America. So if these are something that you would like, again, they still have them in the online store under Paper Pumpkin. And yeah, they're still available. So it's basically while supplies last on these. Okay, so now let me show you what's in this kit. It's really getting darker out there. So let me show you. Now what I did ahead of time, I did separate the pieces. So this is making 3 cards, 3 different designs. So I did pull out the pieces for my cards, so that saves a little bit of time. Um, in the kits, you do get a printout. This is shows you what the stamp artwork is. Every kit will have a photopolymer stamp set in it. So you have a nice size Joy, Merry Christmas, To the World, and Deck the Halls. And then you got a star and some little sparkles right there. So if you want to store them, you can just kind of like wrap that in there and then put it in like maybe like uh, yeah, a cellophane envelope. So yeah, every kit's gonna have a photopolymer stamp set in it. Also, there's a pecan pie ink spot, and you know what I forgot to grab? Let me go grab the regular sized ink pad. Okay, I like to use these larger ones, and the small ones are great if you want to take your crafting, you know, like if you're traveling or whatever, it's nice, and you want to bring a little crafting thing to work on, that's what those little things are really good for. Also, you get some glue dots. There's some dimensionals. These dimensionals look like they're the same thickness. Let me see. These the same thickness? Or maybe they're a little bit thicker. For some reason, dimensionals in the kits and the paper pumpkin kits are a little bit thicker than the ones that they sell. Doesn't look too bad. Then there's also 2 different sized red sequins with no holes in them. There is some tear and tape. And then you do have a colored instruction pamphlet that comes with the kit, so it shows you what the projects look like completed, lets you know what it is, the month and the year. In here, there's no like typed out instructions. Basically, everything is a photograph. So on here, when you see something like this with the stripes, that's telling you, okay, that's going to be the tear and tape. The little white hexagons here, that's your dimensionals, and then these little gray dots, that is your glue dots. Now, also, this kit, I don't see any ribbon or twine in here, but if you did, it would let you know, you know, how big of a piece that you would need. Well, there is also a ruler right here on the side of this pamphlet. So it goes through each of the projects, letting you know what you need to stamp, where you need to stamp it, where you put your adhesive, and then how you assemble it. And then there's the breakdown. If you are you want to separate all the pieces ahead of time before you start putting the cards together. And then on the back, it does have a picture of all the components that are in the kit, also what the colors are, and then of course there is that Abundant Joy set of dies, so the add-on that's on there. And then they do have some QR codes, so Stampin' Up! With every kit every month, they do a fairly quick video showing you how it kind of goes together. So there's a QR code there you can scan to watch it. And then there's also the QR code that will take you to the online store, Stampin' Up's online store, to order those. I do also have a link to these in the description below as well. And then all of this is just all the punch out pieces and the envelope, the extra envelopes and the cards. Now with this kit, what's really cool about it, not so much that one, but You do have your, there's flock pieces, so this is actually flock, the green that's on here. And then also on these, looks like these are cherry cobbler pieces. You got the flocking on the stars and also on these ornaments. And then of course there's also a one of the tags or whatever that has some on there too. So a very cool kit with some cool little dimensional items on there. So like I said, I kind of pulled everything out. Let me make sure that, okay, that's good. What I want to do, since I'm going to be using all of these stamps, I'm going to kind of like just kind of clean them. In the process, and when they make the photopolymer stamps, there is a film on them, and if you clean them ahead of time, it'll remove it, and you'll also have a better stamped image as well. So dry it on the other side. I'm pretty sure I'm using like all of these stamps. So now one of the things I also want to check on here, these little fibers for some reason on this Stampin' Scrub kind of like wants to come off, and I don't want it in my stamped image. So I'm trying to remove this one. There's, okay, I think I got it. Okay, so that looks good. So I'll set that aside. All right, when you're a first-time subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, you also get an acrylic block that looks like this. It's a little bit different than the ones that we sell in our catalogs. These are more ergonomic, but as a first-time subscriber, you will get one of these. What's nice about this is that pretty much you have everything that you really need to put your kits together. The only other things that I would suggest that I end up using, there's a take your pick tool that I like to use if there's like say small dimensionals or even embellishments. That's what I like to use mine for. And then if you had like any ribbon at all that you were cutting, then maybe like a pair of scissors. And then if you want, also when you go to fold and your card bases, if you want them to have a nice crisp fold on them, a bone folder as well. But other than that, you have everything else. You would think it was like 8 o'clock at night out there. It is really dark. All right, so let me bring in my card, my first card here. So here's all the instructions for my first card. Okay, and then the other thing I'm going to bring in too when I go to do my stamping, I'm going to bring in, this is our Stampin' Pierce mat, foam, it's a foam mat. The thing with photopolymers, especially if the images are a bigger image, to get a nice stamped image, it doesn't have the cushion, like the foam cushion on them, like the red rubber stamps are. So yeah, so I'm gonna stamp my stuff on this on this mat. Sometimes words are like really hard. All right, so the Merry Christmas, there is this die cut right here, and this Merry Christmas will fit right in there. So let me put that on a block and put that on there like that. And then again, I'm using my full-size pecan pie ink. All right, and so it looks like this is the only thing that we're stamping. Okay, and then I've got to bring this down a little bit so I can see where I'm stamping. Okay, there we go. There's our Merry Christmas. We'll close this up. Move that out of the way. Okay, so then on the back of this panel, we're using tear and tape. And one of the things I like to do, so that block that I showed you, do I still got it out? No, I don't. Let me pull it out. What I like to use this for, so this has like a sharper edge on it. So what I like to do with that is when I go to tear this tape, where's the end of it? Right there. I'll have like a straight edge. So I'll add 3 strips. Okay. And then on our Merry Christmas, we have a little piece right over here. Okay, and that's all we need on this card. Then on our layers, so our big longer piece right here. Let me bring in my silicone craft sheet. And we need the glue dots and dimensionals. Pull this stuff out. Okay. I also like to use this too with the glue dots as well. Okay, so on this layer here, we're going to add 3 glue dots along the top of it. And then our dimensionals, need 3 of them. And we're going to add them right to the bottom of that. We'll set that aside. And then our next layer, 2 more glue dots at the top. And then dimensionals. Okay, so we have 1 on either end, and then we have 2 right there. Okay, and then we have this layer here, 1 glue dot up at the top, and then 2 dimensionals right down here. Okay, and then our star has 1 dimensional right in the middle of it, like so. Okay, so now it's a matter of assembling our card. So here's our card base, and okay, so what are we doing? I'm going to put this layer down. Okay, and then this will be centered on our card base like so. Okay, and then we have all our layers, so let me remove these paper backings off of my glue dots, and then my dimensionals, and we get another piece. Okay, and then this we'll go down here like so. Make sure that I'm not going too high with it because I will be adding the star on the top. Okay. And then this layer will go right on top. Like so. And then we have this layer, our top of our tree. Okay, these paper backings are being a little fussy. Okay, and then this goes right on top like so. So you're lining up that little scout cutout to the point of that flock part of the tree. So that's pretty cool. It's got some dimension. If I get my finger out of the way, maybe you could see it. There's a little bit of dimension to that tree. Okay, and then we have our star that we will put right here. Okay, and then our Merry Christmas. Oh, we forgot there's a dimensional on the one end here. Right over here. Take off that paper backing. And then our Merry Christmas is going to go right over here. Stick that down. Is that straight? No. Make sure that's straight. Okay. Press that down. And then let's get our sequins. So we're using a large one right over here. And then we got some smaller ones right down here. Okay, so there is the first card. Really cool. It's got that texture with that flocking on both the star and on our pine needles. I really like that. It's really cool. Like I said, it's got a little bit of dimension there with, you know, the top part, you know, being stuck down with the glue dots and then raised up near the bottom. And then of course you can just either write your greeting inside, or if you have another inside type of greeting. Yeah. So there's that first card. Okay, so let me quickly clean this stamp. And then we'll pull out what we need for our second card. So we'll get our instructions. Okay, and I got everything right here. Whoops, nope, that's the envelope that goes with our first card. So let me just put that with that. Okay. And then our second card. Okay. This one we need the To the World. We're not stamping anything else. So let me put that up there, and then we got our To the World. Whoops. dropping things. See, there's a little, I don't know why this Stampin' Scrub, the little fibers are coming off and sticking to my stamps. That's not good. All right, so on this, let me bring in this. And then I got all my pieces here. Okay, so there's this die cut right here. And we're going to stamp To the World right down here. Pull out my ink. And I gotta bring this down a little bit. And stamp that like so. Okay, so we'll set that aside. Man. Okay, it is really, really dark out there, and it's six. What time is it? It's 6:30. Wow, it's like pitch black out there. Oh, it's gonna like storm any minute, guys. So let me let's get going before, I don't want my power to go out either. That would not be good. All right, so on these pieces, so we got this larger piece here. We're gonna add why? Of course, I don't have my water sitting right here. So we're gonna add 3 strips. All right, so we'll set that aside. Our letters. Put some on the back of our letters. That totally tore that off. What on earth? Okay, and then on our Y. Okay, come on, tear. Okay, come on. What are you doing? Okay. Being a little fussy there. Okay, so now let's put that aside. Okay, our big joy here, we're going to take, oh, where's my stuff? Dimensionals. So we have one here, down there, there, and 2 more up here. And then they got 2 glue dots. One up here and one down there. Okay, so we got that ready to go. And then we have like these little greenery pieces here. So let's see, there's this one, and we got 2 dimensionals. See, there's some spots on these that overlap, you know, in different places, so it's nice that it shows you where to put dimensionals and the glue dots. So then that way everything lays out the way it should instead of being like all wonky. Okay, so now we got all our pieces taken care of. So let me get my card base and do that. And this one's going to be a horizontal card. So let's take off our paper backings. Okay, and then this will be centered like so. Okay, and then let's see the joy. Okay, so our big joy here, they have, let's see, let's put our letters on. So these just fit right in here like so. Scooch that over just a little bit. Now, it'd probably be easier to actually put these letters on there before you put the dimensionals on the back of it. Okay, and then we got our O. We get my silicone mat so I could see that a little bit better. Okay, there's our O. Okay, and then we got our Y. Like so. Okay, and then for these pieces, let's see, we got this one that goes let's take these off. Okay, so this one right here, let's see, turn this around, looks like okay. Let's see how we got this lined up. Okay, there's that side. And then okay, so just kind of press that in, and then we'll take all our paper backings off of our dimensionals. I'll try to. So this video is video number 300 for me. So I started back in September of 2023 on doing video content here on this channel. And yeah, so this is actually video number 300. Wow, it's been a lot of work for 300 videos. Okay, and then this is going to get, I want to put this on here straight. And then this will go on here like so. Cut that up. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, this is wanting to shift on me. Okay, come on. I'm trying to figure out how to hold on to this so I can get it centered. Everything wants to stick before I'm ready for it to stick down. Okay, and then let's bring in our sequins for our final touch. So this one, do, 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 do. So there's, okay, so there's, okay. So I'll take two of these larger ones and put it in the center of those flowers, and then it even shows you as far as like in the instructions when it comes to the embellishment. So like there's 2 large and 3 smaller ones for this one. And then we got 2 more over here, like so. Okay, so there is our second card. Very pretty. I like these red sequins. And it's even better because there's already adhesive on the back of them. All right, so our final card. Let me clean my stamp. And then, let's see, this one we need Deck the Halls. Put that down. Pick it up. Okay, so now let me bring in the stuff for my third and final card. Okay, and so this one has this nice green and this Christmas tree type design on it. There's all our little pieces. Okay, let's set that aside. And then again, we have our panel here. So let's get our tear and tape. And just like our other ones, we're doing 3 strips of it. These paper pumpkin kits, what's nice about them is that, you know, if you're new to card making, they're great because you have everything, you already have everything kind of like kitted for you. So that, you know, you don't need like any, like a whole bunch of tools. And it's even nice if you're an experienced card maker because it makes for some really quick crafting. All right, so then on here, I still got to stamp that greeting on there. Okay, we got blue dots in here. Okay, and then we'll set that aside, and we'll set that aside. Then we have this little greenery part here. We need 2 dimensionals. So one here and one right down here. Kind of turn that. Okay. And then we have this piece right here. These have all dimensionals on it. Okay, and then we got to stamp our greeting, so let me get this piece right here, our foam mat, and a little tag. Get our ink. And then we stamp this right in the middle. Okay. And now we're done with all our stamping. Get that out of the way. And then on the back of this, we're going to add the dimensional on this side and a glue dot over here. All right, so now let's go ahead and assemble our card. So we have our layer here that we're going to put on our card base. Okay. Let's center that. Okay, and we'll assemble our ornament here. So we got our layer with the green, and then let's take off all these little paper backings. I got a feeling that this storm that we're going to get is going to be pretty bad. Like I said, it's like pitch black out there. I can't even see any of the shrubs and stuff that's back there. When I started, I was able to. There was still some daylight, but yeah, it got dark really quick. Okay, so this layer's right over the top, like so. Okay. And then we have this greenery hanger piece right here that, let's see, doesn't matter. Yeah, it does matter. It goes this way. And this will kind of sit on top of it. Let me bring this in. Okay, and then this is going to sit, this is our ornament, I can talk, topper, and that will go like so. Okay, and then let's bring in our card, and this will sit, actually goes all the way up to the top of that card base. Of course, you know what I didn't do? I didn't take these off. It's not going to stick unless I take the paper backings off of it. Okay, I'm going to bring it down just a little bit so I can kind of see where I'm placing this. Of course, when you take the paper backings off, then it wants to stick before you're ready to place it down. Okay, now we can press it down. And then our greeting piece. And this will go right, let's see, right here. Okay, and then we got our sequins. So we got one large one and two smaller ones. And this one here. Another one here. And then one right down here. Okay, so there we go. There's our third card. Very pretty. Now we got our little coordinating envelope for it. Okay, so let me bring in the other two cards that we made from this kit. So here's the one with the Christmas tree and our Joy to the World, and then finally our Deck the Halls that we just finished. So I would say very cute cards. Definitely, if you are looking for a Christmas card, working on Christmas cards, something that's kind of quick to put together and still looks really pretty. Looks like that this kind of fits the bill. Now the thing is, again, the actual kit is no longer available. Now what happens with the subscriptions, Stampin' Up does offer refills if they have it in stock. They usually offer refills, I think, like maybe 1 or 2 weeks after the kit comes out, which it starts shipping like on the 11th of the month. So there may be refills to this kit. Now the thing is with the refills, again, you do need to be a subscriber to get anything that is Paper Pumpkin. So even like past kits that they may have offered or even refills. Um, if there's refills available for this particular kit, what you get is all of the paper components, the adhesive, and like any of the embellishments. What you won't get in the refill kit is the stamp set and another ink spot. Those are the things they don't include in the refills. So, so yeah, I didn't even check to see if whether or not, but let me check really quick. I don't think that they're available yet, but let me take a really quick peek. Bu- 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 bu. So menu, go to Paper Pumpkin and refills and such. No, the refill for this one has not come out yet. There's plenty of other refills from our past kits, and there's actually a couple of full kits available, which is it's in the online store under what is it under, well, when you click the menu, it's all the way down at the bottom under Paper Pumpkin subscription, and then you have like where you can subscribe, and then there's refills, past kits and whatnot, and then there's coordinating products. So there may be like sweets and stuff like that that coordinate along with that particular kit. So yeah, so this is the October Cozy Christmas kit. Cozy Christmas, right? Yeah, Cozy Christmas. And then next month's is going to be this Wrapped in Cheer. So again, the last day to subscribe to this is November 10th. Because then you get charged on the 11th of the month. Let's see what else. Again, okay. I do have a link in the description. I do have a link. There's a couple things that's happening. Stampin' Up is currently got their really big starter kit promotion going on. I have a link for that in the description. You can click on that. You can read more about it. I also talk more about it too on my Friday Night Live at the very beginning. So if you want to go back and you want to watch that, I talk about, all of that info. I also have a link if you would like to receive my monthly newsletter. I typically send those out near the beginning of the month. I include every month Stampin' Up! Comes out with either 2 or 3 new kits in their kits collection. So I include pictures and descriptions of that. The next paper pumpkin kit that's coming out, that info's in there. Anything that I may be doing here in the studio. Anything that Stampin' Up! Has already let us know that's going on for that month. And then even my whole video schedule, everything that I do for Throwback Thursday, which is where I pull out my retired stash, my Friday Night Lives, that's current product, make 3 projects of that. I also do a monthly Christmas card inspiration video on the first of each month. So I include all of that in the newsletter, so you kind of see what it is that I'm working with. Also, yeah, again, this is video number 300, so I have a lot of content out there, Paper Pumpkin, the Friday Night Lives, the Throwback Thursdays. There's a lot of stuff out there, so um, please give the video a thumbs up if you could, and then also subscribe to the channel and hit that little notification bell. It'll let you know when I go live or when I've posted another video. And again, like I said, 300 videos, that's a lot of different product that I have used. So, check it out. Maybe you have something that, maybe you have like that particular stamp set that I had used in a video, and it can give you some extra inspiration. So, until next month's paper pumpkin kit, which is I'll probably have it around the same time as I've done this video. Like I said, I just got this like between, actually it was kind of delivered yesterday, but I picked it up this morning. So yeah, so next month I'll come back with that November paper pumpkin kit and do the unboxing and create one of each of the projects that's in that. And yeah, so my two next, so next Friday and the Friday after that, the final 2 Fridays of October will be Halloween themed. So next Friday I will be doing the Fright Night bundle, and then then on the 31st, so actually on Halloween, I will be using the Spooky Sweet Sweet. So hope that you can join me when I do my Friday Night Lives. I do a card drawing at the very end of those cards that I made in the video. So I would love to have you join us. We have a wonderful group that gathers when I do my live, and we have a very active chat box. And the ladies, well, and even the guy, they're just absolutely wonderful, and it's just a wonderful time. So I'll see you sometime soon. And sometime soon. I already told you when I'm going to see you. But wherever you may be, I don't know if you're going to be in the area that I'm in, but yeah, if you're dealing with some bad weather, please stay safe. If you're in a warm climate, stay cool, and then if you're in a cool, stay warm. So everyone, until next time, have a blessed one. Bye bye.